Say, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakodash. We say that once apostle and elders agree, Muslim rule, teachers of person in truth, and we see salutations, so they are coming to push you with no truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season of the season. We say Shalom. Once again, good entire video here, and basically touching upon digital ID is being made mandatory. Now, this goes off, the UK announcing it yesterday, but this morning, as you can see, an hour ago, 1 hour ago, he came out to state that it's becoming mandatory. He actually said it. He announced it. So let's play the video.
Digital ID. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Scripture said to buy or sell.
Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the... And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them. And of course the truth is, we won't solve our problems if we don't also take on the root causes.
Because again, there's so much, as I said, with this happening, so much of people are saying certain things that I want to do different videos upon. But I wanted to bring forth this news first. Let me go to the scripture here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. And be occupied in prophecies, because we are seeing the prophecies happening before our eyes. So you had to be occupied in prophecies. What else would you be occupied on? You're supposed to be occupied in things happening, not being occupied on some other bullshit. Because with this taking place here right now, they're making digital IDs mandatory. But Jake wouldn't even be paying no mind to this. Right? We seen the big uproar of people. As you can see, I saved some of the comments here. Right. So this was the video that I mentioned that came out yesterday, and this was the one today. That way he came out to say that it's actually mandatory. He made it mandatory. To work, you would have to have this. But as I said, I saved certain things to do different videos on, where people talking about the digital ID. Some said that they would not comply. As you can see here, this guy say he'd rather go into prison. This guy is saying that the damn conspiracy theorists will write again and again. They're showing that you have the blueprint, you have the word here, right? You have the word, right? We are sure that the scripture say let me go to it here. Let me go to 2 Ezra chapter 15 and go straight to the point. It say, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. So rather they hear or forbear, we to speak these words unto them. And that's what we continue to do. We have the signs with the RFID chip. We have continually what was some of the comments, and this is one part of a video I want to do to the scoffers and scorners, right? That is commonly comment board telling you that this thing is not the mark of the beast, that the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. It's also here you see them scoff and scorn saying, you'll continue to see the same thing over and over. Because why? Be giving all a warning, and now wait is. What is the excuse now? Now you're actually hearing him saying that the UK government makes digital IDs mandatory. If you will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have a digital ID. It is as simple as that. This guy, it's Klaus Schwab, he said some years ago that the next thing that they are bringing, if you don't have it, you will be an outcast to society. You wouldn't be able to function in society, right? Now, let me just finish up the 2 Ezra 15, starting over verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. For they are faithful and true. So this guy said the conspiracy theorists was literally the prophets. Cause who else been talking about this digital ID? Who else been talking about digitalization? Who else has been talking about the RFID, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, and so forth, other than the prophets of the Lord? That are the men of GMS, starting from the apostles, apostle to her, come straight on to us, right? Now you're seeing it. What you guys that didn't believe, that once didn't believe, now you're in the midst of it. Because we had the elders and them out in the UK, right? Preaching, teaching, the brothers outside, the elders and the Akim outside, they teaching, consistently, talking about these things. Your pass, your scoff and scum, we saw the videos, right? Now it's here. Now all of a sudden they're talking about conspiracy theories, because that is something they also label us as a conspiracy theorists, because we're speaking about things to come, and the things that we are speaking about to come, it happening. Let me get the scripture here. Shorewood. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19. It says, "For we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts." Right? So yeah, you have a sure word of prophecy. Now the scripture said to be occupied in prophecy, because the things that were written here, we've seen it play out. Digital ID, making it mandatory. And he also went on to say that he talking about what? That that are good for the, we say, the health. Let me play it here again.
But it will also tackle the issues that they see and do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them.
About decent and pragmatic people, that is not the thing. They just doing the agenda. Because any idea what some of the things he gonna mention, what does that have to do with a digital ID? What that have to do with it? And
of course the truth is,
see, again, the prophecy is playing out. The prophecy is playing out, right?
We won't solve our problems if we don't also take on the root causes, looking upstream to tackle poverty, conflict, climate change.
Poverty. So basically what they want to do is give it what which is again the universal basic income, the UBIs, right? And when you have that mark on here, you would have that, giving it a currency. That's one of the agendas as well. And you see, we talk about these things, and they would say what they call us conspiracy theorists. But this is only prophecies playing out. And from this digital ID that they make it mandatory here, or eventually it will become the chip. It will be inside of it, because at first they just give you one thing at first, and then they just so-called say they perfect it, right? And then they will bring that thing that going into your body. And you already underneath the digital ID system, having a card, you will take it because why? It become an everyday life, right? The scriptures talk about never trusting the enemy. Why trust the enemy? But again, Jake, you hear what he mentioned, right?
Own energy, digital. I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work.
To make it mandatory for the right to work. So you have to survive, you have to eat, you have to function in society. You have to take this thing, right? You have to take this thing. They say you will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have a digital ID. It is as simple as that. Yeah, it's as simple as that. And people may ask, well, you can't do this because somebody, I don't think I saved that one, right? But someone was talking about what happened in Nepal, right? How they want to come against the government and don't understand that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? The scriptures talk about it in the power of the hand to do these things. They could do these things, right? And you basically see them doing it. It doesn't matter how many times you all come out to protest, But again, all those things will fulfill prophecies, the uproars of the people and so on, right? We basically seen the end being made manifest, clear and evident to the eye, right? The end is being made manifest, right? We're seeing it. You see, this is something that's been talked about whole since yesterday. As I said, this was the first video, right?
ID card system will help stop illegal immigrants working.
That's how they use it. And again, there's the trickery ISO. Illegal immigrants. Well, how did the illegal immigrants come? By them, right? And now they're bringing the so-called solution, which is the digital ID. And we've been telling you all about these things. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, coming down straight onto the ark, I've been telling you all about these things. You didn't believe. Now go on to a prophet, go on to the teachers or the truths and ask them what to do. Ask them what to do.
Let's bring in our political correspondent, Mari Aurora. Mari, what more do we know about this?
Yeah, well, Gareth.
This was the first video. It said digital ID will be made law for all adults to tackle the small boats. The government believe a mandatory digital ID will help stop illegal immigrants. Tony Blair has been talking about this for years. He said what this means: you will need a digital ID to access all parts of modern day life. Once fully implemented, the government at will can implement additional features for your ID to remain compliant. And you see, to add additional, this is something I was telling you about, right? It will go from a card and eventually it'll go to the chip. That way it say, once fully implemented, the government at will, because why? You wouldn't be able to stop them, right? I'm gonna go to our scripture here. I'm gonna go to the book. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, it is in the power of their hand, right? It is in the power of their hand to do these things. So they could bring the digital ID, tell her, here we go, and he said it in the video, the first video I played, that it is made mandatory. If you need to work, you need to have this thing. You need to have this thing. If you have to work and how to work, you need to function in society. Right? You need to, in order to buy, you have to work. You have to get money. And they're making it money. Just like that, we've been telling you all about these things. Right? Right? The GMS was 100% right. No, you're actually seeing who are the prophets of the Lord. The men who speak in the truth. You're seeing it. In the midst of all of this, you're seeing the tensions arising right now. Drones flying all in the sky, from one airport to another airport, all these things, right? Who've been telling you all about these things to come. So you're seeing who are the true men of the Lord, right? So it says once fully implemented, the government at will can implement additional features for your ID to remain compliant. For example, mandatory vaccines, a social credit score, and your own personal C2 tracker. This has absolutely nothing to do with illegal immigrants and everything to do with total state control and tracking of your entire life. Yeah, which is right. When they go to the word the mark, it also goes to a word called servitude, which is like becoming a slave. Right? Gonna be branded. But this is brand gonna be inside of you. Again, they go add additional features. Right? Right? Alright, so they're supposed to say create the problem and create the solution, and that is what they do. The order out of chaos, right? And you're seeing that. You're supposed to mark if you refuse, basically, you won't be able to have a bank account or a job or a house. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to function in society. And again, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. It's going and get worse. So let's go to the book of Revelation, right? And it goes to show that, hey, these guys are telling you that the mark is as well. It's John 3:16 and the mark is something. No, that bullshit. That's why the GMS was 100% correct. 100% correct. You need to work. You need to have this thing. He didn't say sin. He didn't say sin. He didn't say John 3:16. He didn't say something else. It's something spiritual. No. He said if you don't have this ID, you wouldn't be able to work. Right? And eventually it's going to become, as we now read, additional, they're going to upgrade it and so forth, you would have to take it still. Right? You see this in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor. Matter of fact, let me read from verse 15. I say, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And it goes into what this guy was also asking here as well. What will happen if you ain't take it? Hey, if you don't comply, you basically be an outcast, as I said. You become an enemy of the state. You will be hunted down and will be killed. You know, the scriptures, and that is one of my other videos as well. You know, going into the Revelation 20. Right? You know, obviously the men of the Lord, they're not going to take these things. Scriptures talk about they will be killed, be beheaded for not taking that mark. Right? The rest of you all are going to comply. No matter how much you see these people talking about they're not going to take it. When hunger hit, when them hunger pains hit, they go in and fall. And that is why you need to have the Lord to take. The Lord tell his servants so they wouldn't be hungry. You know, they wouldn't thirst. Right? So it says, verse 16, it says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. So basically everybody. Doesn't matter what state or how he is in society, everyone would have that. And that way you see, he make it what? Mandatory. Hear the word he use? Mandatory. It say, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And that goes to like some people, for those are the Christians and Catholics who say it's spiritual Satan and come up from the water and you put a man. No, it's a number of a man. And his number is 600, 606, right? 666. So, say, but let's go back to verse 17. It's saying that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Now, this is just the beginning. This is the digital ID. And eventually, as the person said, in time to come, right? In time, the additional features for your ID to remain compliant. So, yeah, so additional things it will do. And eventually, it will go from that to be, an implant. And who would know? They still ensure you what it is they're bringing. Because this could be the implant. Right? I don't think they said what it is. I don't think they said it is a card. I was reading something saying it was a card. Right? It was a card. And it would thing. But nonetheless, we know what Esau is. And again, they bring the problem. And then they bring the what? The solution. Cause the problem and then they bring the solution. Right? And you have to, as I said, you have to, in order to function in society, you have to take this thing. Right? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So buy or sell, if you had to work, if you had to be a boss, if you had a thing, you have to comply. You have to have this mark. So seeing these things, it goes to show that the time that we are in, whereas easier it is to make this mandatory, they obviously, we know what road we heading down. Right? And again, as the scripture says, the end is being made manifest. So we see in these things taking place. We see in these prophecies play out before our eyes. The ones that didn't believe, and again, there's another video how to do that the unbelieving shall die in their unbelief. And you see, that is why when it was the apostles, the elders, when they do the videos talking about, we told you so. We told you all about this. You had these other camps outside here, IUIC and all these other camps. What now? What now? And the question is still be lingering. When they make this thing, as I say, they're making the digital ID mandatory. But when they make that chip, when they make that implant, right? Are you guys going to take it or are you guys not going to take it? And we know a majority of you will take it because you all want that money. You all want to continue to live in society because Egypt is already defense, right? That is already defense, not the Lord. Egypt is. Because you're still calling upon an idol, right? But it goes to show again, with all these news coming out, as I say, I save, watch out my things I save. There's a lot of things happening in the news. And always remember to be occupied. The time we're in right now, it's time to be occupied. It had nothing outside there to be occupied upon. Right? So hey, with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We said that once our person elders agree most on rule our teachers, our person should. And we say salutations, so we can say push with no truth and sincerity. Day in and day out and constantly. In the season we say, Shalom.